To meet the train. The train? We're getting a little boy from the orphanage in Nova Scotia.
Well, you're never threw a surprises to your dad.
We've been thinking about it ever since last harvest when Matthew had the heart attack. You know how desperate hard it's got to be to get good hired help these days. And when Mrs. Alex Spencer told us she was going to adopt herself a little girl, we decided to ask Mrs. Spencer to pick us out a boy while she was there. Old enough to be of some use in doing the heavy work, and young enough to be trained up proper.
But Marilla, you really don't know what you're getting.
Now don't say I didn't warn you of this imported orphan put strychnine in the well and burnt your house to the ground. I heard of an orphan over in Nova Scotia did just that, and the whole family died of fearful agonies.
As I remember, it was a girl in that instance.
You can stop saying your prayers on our account, Rachel. We are not getting a girl.
Well, I think it's a mighty risky thing you're doing, that's what.
There's risks in people having children of their own when it comes to that.
Well, it's hardly the risk in the case of you and your brother.
Our eating can continue. Now we found out just where that Matthew's going and why he's going there.
If you're looking for the 5:30 train, it's been and gone.
Oh?
Half an hour ago.
It's only 20 past 5.
If you're looking for the station master, he told me to tell you that he's already gone home.
Told you? Tell me?
I suppose you're Mr. Matthew Cuthbert? Mrs. Spencer told me what you looked like. I was beginning to be afraid that you weren't coming for me. The station master said the reason the train was early was because they had a new engineer on, and he wasn't very experienced.
There must be some mistake.
Yes, he says the 5:30 train usually comes half an hour late. Regular as clockwork. If you hadn't come for me, I was going to walk down the tracks to that big wild cherry tree. See it?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to climb into that beautiful tree and stay there all night. Wouldn't that be lovely? Am I talking too much? People are always telling me that I do. Mrs. Spencer says my tongue must be hung in the middle, it flaps so. If you say so, I'll stop. I can stop when I put my mind to it, although it's awfully difficult.
No, you can talk all you want. I don't mind.
So glad. It seems so wonderful that I'm going to live with you and belong to you.
I'll let Marilla do it.
I beg your pardon?
Let me get your bag.
No, it's okay. I can carry it. It isn't very heavy. It's an excruciatingly old bag. Thank goodness I won't have to use it anymore. Mr. Cuthbert, which would you rather be if you had your wish? Divinely beautiful, dazzlingly clever, or angelically good?
Well, now, I don't rightly know.
Oh, neither do I. But it would be nice to think you had a choice.
Once I thought I'd like to be a blossom growing on a tree, white and pink and lazy as can be. But I'd be king just in the spring, so now I think it over. Gee, I'm glad I'm no one else but me. If you sit around and find the world is gloomy, and it isn't just your cup of tea, it's easy to imagine that it's rose and bloomy. You can think the things you like to be. So when all is said and done, imagining's a lot of fun. But when there are battles to be won, be what you are, it's best by far, and soon you'll be in clover. Gee, I'm glad I'm no one else but me. Mr. Cuthbert, Mr. Cuthbert! Roads! They're red! Oh, I'm so sorry.
Why? Don't you like them?
Mr. Cuthbert, what color would you say this is?
Why, it's red. Ain't it?
Yes. Red hair and freckles have been my lifelong sorrows. But why are your roads red?
Well, now, I remember a fellow telling me once it was the iron in the soil getting rusty, but I don't suppose he could have meant it.
Do you suppose that it could be the wounds of tragic destiny dripping from a blood-stained family tree? An evil spell that did compel the founders of this island to meet their doom and perish horribly. Picture now the vicious strife that started raging way back in the olden days of yore. Family with family and feuds engaging, drenching all your local soul with gore. There, as far as I can see, I've just cleared up the mystery of why your roads are red perpetually.
The answer's found not in the ground, in your imagination. Giddy up, Pearl!
Gee, I'm glad I'm no one else. Gee, I'm glad I'm no one else. Gee, I'm glad I'm no one else but me.
You come right on in.
Matthew?
Yes, Marilla.
I'm Matthew Cuthbert.
Yeah.
Who's that? Where's the boy?
There wasn't any boy. There was only her.
There must have been a boy. We sent word to Mrs. Spencer to bring us a boy.
She didn't. She brought her.
This is a pretty piece of business.
You don't want me? You don't want me because I'm not a boy? Oh, I might have known it.
I'd better water the mare.
There, child. There's no need to cry so.
Oh, but there is need. This is the most tragic thing that has ever happened to me.
Well, we're not going to throw you out of doors tonight at any rate. Now, what's your name?
Would you please call me Cordelia?
Call you Cordelia. Is that your name?
Well, no, not exactly. Actually, it's Anne Shirley. Whenever I'm in dire anguish, I always imagine that it's Cordelia. At least I have of late years.
Fiddlesticks. If your name is Anne, that's what you should be called. It's a good, plain, sensible name. You've no need to be ashamed of it.
Well, if you're going to call me Anne, would you please call me Anne, spelled with an E?
What difference does it make how it's spelled?
Oh, it looks so much nicer.
Very well then, Anne with an E. Can you tell me how this mistake came to be made? We sent word to Mrs. Spencer, through her brother Robert, for her to bring us a boy. Were there no boys at the orphanage?
Oh, yes, in abundance. But I distinctly heard Mrs. Spencer say that you wanted a girl, and the matron thought, I do.
A girl would be of no use to us. We want a boy to help Matthew out on the farm. Take your hat up over there and help me with the table. We'll have supper.
And possibly when I'm in the depths of despair. You mean when you're in the depths of despair?
I don't know. I've never been there, so I can't say.
She's tired, Marilla. Best put her to bed.
Very well, child. Bring your bag and come with me.
Night.
How can you say this is a good night? You must know this is the worst night I've ever had. My life is a perfect graveyard of broken hopes.
What was that?
It's a sentence I read in a book once. I say it to myself whenever I'm disappointed in anything.
You can sleep in here.
Oh,
Percy, child, what's the matter?
a tree of your very own. Imagine.
It's a big tree, and it blooms great, but the cherries don't amount to much. Small and wormy.
Snow Queen.
What?
I call the tree Snow Queen because it reminds me of the blinding visions of the white day of delight.
You've got a tongue in your head, that's for certain. Now, I want you to get undressed.
have my best underwear on. The matron at the orphanage says you never know when you're going to be cut up in a train wreck.
I suppose you have a nightgown?
2.
They look kind of flimsy. You'd best wear both of them. And after you're undressed, I want you to say your prayers.
Oh, I never say any prayers.
Don't you know who God is?
The matron at the orphanage told me that God made my hair red on purpose. And I've never cared for him since.
I'm afraid you're a very wicked little girl to talk this way. This is a Christian house. While you're in it, you'll say your prayers. And when you finish, I want you to blow out the candle. No, on second thought, I'd best wait here till you're done. You're liable to set the house on fire.
You mean take the candle. After I'm in bed, I'll imagine I have a nice prayer to say.
No, no, child. You must kneel by the bed to pray to your Maker.
There, I'm ready. What do I say?
Now I lay me down to sleep. You'd best talk to the Lord in your own words, child.
I'll do my best.
Gracious Heavenly Father, infinite, eternal, and unchangeable!
Mercy on us, what was that?
That's the way the minister who came to the orphanage used to do it.
Stop your chattering and get on with your prayers and use your own words.
My dear God, Miss Cuthbert, even though I'm not going to stay here at Green Gables, I think I could make a much nicer prayer if only I were to imagine I was.
Never mind your imaginings. Just thank him humbly for the blessings he has given.
That's where I need my imagination. Dear God, thank you for the White Way of Delight and for the Snow Queen. I'm really extremely grateful for them. And that's all the blessings I can think of to thank you for right now. But as for the things I want, it would take a great deal of time to mention them all. So I'll only name the 2 most important. Please let me stay here at Green Gables. Please let me be good looking when I grow up. I remain yours respectfully, Anne Shirley. There, did I do it all right? I could have made it much more flowery if I'd had time to think it over.
Go to sleep now.
Oh, I just thought I should have said, Amen, in place of yours respectfully. Suppose it will make a difference?
I don't suppose so. Now go to sleep. This is what comes of sending someone instead of going ourselves. One of us will have to drive over to Mrs. Spencer's tomorrow, that's for certain. The child will have to go back to the orphanage.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You suppose so? Don't you know it?
Well, you know, she's a nice little thing. It's kind of a pity that we have to take her back when she's so set on staying.
Why, Matthew Cuthbert, you don't mean to say you think we ought to keep her. What good would she be to us?
You might be some good to her.
I never heard of such a thing. She'll have to be dispatched straight away back to where she came from.
She's a real interesting little thing. You should have heard her talk coming home from the station.
Oh, she can talk. I saw that straight away. And it's nothing in her favor either. I don't like children who have so much to say. I don't want an orphan girl. And if I did, she isn't the style I'd pick out. We're not going to keep her. So you might as well spare your breath to cool your porridge.
Well, just as you say. Of course, Marilla.
Where are you getting on? You haven't touched a bite of your supper.
I don't suppose I'm hungry either.
How could Mrs. Spencer have made such a mistake?
We clearly requested a boy.
Boys, what we wanted, I guess.
I guess that a girl's not so bad, so badly
A girl could help Marilla around the house. A girl could bring alfalfa to the cows.
A boy can milk and carry in the pails. Boys are made of snails and puppy dogs' tails. A boy can plow, a boy can hay or hoe. A girl can only sit and knit and sew.
A boy is rough, but girls are still as mice.
Girls are made of spice. Oh, won't they think twice? She hates me because I'm a
Girl is all right, I
declare that she'll have to go back, go back, go back.
go back.
We clearly requested like all of the rest did.
It can't be contested.
They clearly requested a boy.
Spencer, what a surprise! What brings you all our way? The fact is, Mrs. Spencer, that when we asked, is that dear little Anne sitting out there in the buggy? Isn't she a dear wee thing? The fact is, Mrs. Spencer, there's been some sort of queer mistake somewhere. We sent word through your brother Robert for you to bring us a boy. You don't tell me! Isn't that funny? I wonder how that happened. I'm dreadfully sorry, Marilla. I thought I was following your instructions. Isn't it a funny predicament? The thing to do now, Mrs. Spencer, is to set it right. I suppose the orphanage will take the child back? Mrs. Peter Blewett, the very thing. I don't think we'll have to send the child back after all. I always say it's an ill wind that doesn't blow somebody into town. Yoo-hoo, Mrs. Blewett! Come in. Lovely to see you again. My, what a dear little home you had. May I introduce my friend, Miss Marilla Cuthbert? How are you? Mrs. Blewett? And this dear little girl. You remember the little matter we spoke of last week? She available? Yes, and I know you and she could become firm friends. Oh, they're kids! I keep them in the woodshed till feeding time. Here, you. Go stir the stew. All right! I'm coming out there and will the daylights out of you! Good Lord, it seems fit to reward her neighbors. She's twins, 3 times in a row. Many children in all. 7. No. She'd be Roman Catholic? No, Presbyterian. Funny kind of Presbyterian. Dinner's coming! Just sit out there and suck your fingers! What's your name?
I'm the Lady Cordelia de Montmorency, abducted by gypsies when I was 3.
Anne.
My name is Anne Shirley. Anne with an E.
That's better. Just the facts. Tell her where you were born and who your folks were.
I was born in a palace in old Vienna, Danubian waltzes, my lullabies. And my father was a Johann with great mustaches, my mother Maria with emerald eyes.
Where did you say you was born?
My dear parents were rich and aristocratic, with 10 maids and butlers to bring you tea. And we'd ride in a carriage with footmen on it, and all of them curtsied and bowed to me.
That's enough of that, child.
If you're wondering how I got here, I was kidnapped by this buccaneer who took me to France and taught me to dance in his gypsy hideout in Tangier. Yeah!
Anne, stop it this instant! I've never heard such a nut! Oh, my life! I don't think the girl's all there. That's clear when they told me. me at the orphanage. And Shirley. Hey, we don't want whatever presents us. And Shirley, where do you think you are? And who do you think you are?
I'm the Lady Cordelia de Montmorency, abducted by gypsies when I was 3.
The facts, the facts, the facts. The plain, simple, homely, unembroidered facts. Here are the facts. This is the report they gave me at the orphanage. Nate and Shirley.
And with an E.
Parents deceased. Father Walter Shirley, teacher of agriculture, rapid calculation at Bullington Road Continuation School. Mother Bertha Shirley, housewife.
I have to imagine what they looked like. I was only 3 months old when they died.
Never mind, dear. You're going to have a new home now. I always say what you lose on the sauce, you gain on the gander. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Temporary guardian, Mrs. Russell Thomas.
And her drunken husband.
Oh, dear, that's not a very nice thing to say.
It's not a very nice thing to watch either. But then they sent me up the river
Up the river?
to Mrs. Hammond and her 5 children.
Good. Then you've had experience.
Yes, I have, thank you. So I lived with the Thomases then, the Hammonds. I lived with the family in Halifax, but none of them wanted me, so I was sent to the home for the orphans, and those are the facts.
Are you sure? Yes, it's all written down here.
The plain, simple, homely, unembroidered facts.
Well, turn around. There ain't much yet. And what there is wiring. I'll expect you to earn your keep. All right, Mrs. Spencer. I'll take her.
Well, I don't know. I just came over to find out from Mrs. Spencer how the mistake had occurred. I feel I oughtn't to decide anything without consulting my brother. I think I'd best take the child home again and talk it over with him.
But I thought...
If we decide not to keep her, I'll bring her back tomorrow night. Will that suit you, Mrs. Blewett?
I suppose it'll have to.
Well, we'll just do that then. We'll just put it off until tomorrow instead of burning our bridges today.
Morning, Cecil. Morning, Earl. Any mail? None today, Cecil. Water's pretty choppy this morning. Maybe I won't didn't make it across. Ain't that a caution? The mainland's been cut off again. Where'd that buggy come from? I don't know, but I suppose it's heading to Cuthbert's. Where'd Marilla come from? She's coming from the south. The horse's eyes are rolling. He's foaming at the mouth. Whoever it is she's racing, I can't see him for dust. She's trying to beat the devil. Like a cyclone. Like a whirlwind fit to bust.
Where'd Marilla come from, and what does she have in there? Whatever was had freckles and hangs the long red hair. She couldn't drive much faster. It must be something done. Must be some disaster.
It's a robbery.
It's a fire.
It's a... She's in trouble.
In a whirl.
I watered Pearl. She's having her oats now. I'm getting a bit low on oats. I best drive over to Carmody or White Sands tomorrow and pick some up. Marilla, I still think that we...
Matthew, where'd the eggs?
Tell Malcolm my heart's never been better.
You sit down this minute or you'll get the heaves. Stop it, both of you. I have something to say, although Lord knows there's not much need to put it into words. Matthew and I have decided to keep you. That is, if you'll try to be a good little girl and help Matthew out on the farm. Where's the child? Why are you crying?
I don't know why I'm crying. I guess I'm just so glad. Glad doesn't seem to be the right word. I can't find the right word.
But when you find the right word, we'll have supper.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Come in, Rachel.
Oh, I saw you driving by in the book, so I thought I'd come over. Whatever happened to the boy?
Well, we changed his mind. Her mind. Well, what I mean is, we wanted a girl, so we got one.
And this is Mrs. Lynn come to see you. Isn't that nice of her?
Oh, I could tell by the pigtails flying by in the buggy you hadn't got what you expected. Well, well, well. They didn't pick you out for your looks, that's sure and certain. Come here and let me have a look at you. Did you ever see such freckles and hair as red as carrots?
How dare you call me ugly? Dare you call me freckled? Red-headed?
Anne.
How would you like to have such things said about you? How would you like to be told that you're fat and dilapidated and probably has a spark of imagination in you? I don't care if I've hurt your feelings by saying so. You've hurt mine worse than they've ever been hurt before. And I will never forgive you for it. Never, never, never!
Did you ever see such a temper?
Anne, you will apologize to Miss Lynn at once and ask her to forgive you.
I could never do that. I'm sorry I vexed you, Miss Cuthbert. But I'm glad I said what I just said. It gave me great satisfaction.
Well, you will go straight upstairs to your room and stay there until you're willing to apologize.
You've taken on quite a responsibility there, Marilla. I don't envy anyone who has to do that.
You shouldn't have twitted her about her looks, Rachel.
You don't mean to tell me you're upholding that terrible Claire temper?
I'm not trying to excuse her, but we must make allowances. She's never been taught what is right, and you were hard on her.
Well, I can see I'll have to be careful what I say around here in the near future, since the fine feelings and orphans brought from goodness knows where have the first consideration.
You haven't had your tea, Rachel. You'll just sit here and wait until Anne is willing to apologize.
If you take my advice, me, who's brought up 10 children and buried 2, you won't wait for anything. You'll go straight outside and cut yourself a good-sized birch switch.
Where are you off to?
I just thought I'd
Go upstairs.
yeah.
You haven't been upstairs in this house since you helped me paper the spare room 4 years ago.
I know. Just thought I'd go take a look at it.
Mind what the doctor said about climbing stairs. Matthew, don't you go interfering. Perhaps an old maid doesn't know much about disciplining children, but I guess she knows as much as an old bachelor. Cup of tea, Matthew?
Nah, no thank you. I think I'll just... better go fill the cistern.
Well, Rachel, as long as you're here, I might as well show you the patchwork pieces I've been saving for the Afghans we're making for the Borneo headhunters.
And come down and get this thing over with. Marilla's dreadful determined.
She had any right to call me what she did.
Well, I heard you say the same thing yourself only yesterday.
Dude, there's such a difference between saying it yourself and hearing someone else say it.
And you listen to me.
Never mind how folks talk, let them all strut and squawk. When they criticize, just pass them by. If they do carp at you, don't get upset. Fuss you or fret or get indigestion. Critics can't bother me, 'cause I tell them I agree. When they're finding fault, I don't deny. You can do it, just you try. You won't ruin, be like I keep happy eating humble pie. Humble pie, humble pie, we can eat it, you and I. Though the world around us may be proud. Never mind, you will find they have no fight.
If you're polite
That's right.
and answer their questions,
With a smile all the while, try to walk that second mile. Turn the other cheek against the crowd. You can do it, just you try. You won't buy my steady diet. We'll be happy eating humble pie.
Can you do this step?
I don't think so.
Come on, keep trying it, try it. Wow, that's good. Keep going. Try this one. Come on, try it.
I can't.
Matthew, what's going on out there?
Try it. Let go. You can do it. Just you try it. Why not try my steady diet? We'll be happy eating humble
Matthew, come in here. I want you to see what a little discipline can do.
Oh, Mrs. Lynn, I'm so extremely sorry. Couldn't express all my sorrow for you, you know. If I used up the entire dictionary, you must imagine it. I behaved terribly to you. Disgraced the dear friends, Matthew and Marilla. Let me stay here at Gables, although I'm not a boy. I'm a very wicked and ungrateful young girl. I deserve to be cast out by all respectable people forever. Very wicked of me to blame for a temper, because you told me the truth. It was true. Every word you said was true. I am skinny and ugly and freckled and redheaded. What I said about you was true too. Only I should Please, Mrs. Lindsay, you'll forgive me. Don't, it shall be a lifelong sorrow for me. I wouldn't want to inflict that of a lifelong sorrow on a poor little orphan girl, would you? I'm sure you would. Please, Mrs. Lynn, please forgive me. Please, Mrs. Lynn. Lord.
We'll wait here in the lane, Diana. Then we'll bring the child out from the house.
Oh, Mother, I'm dying to see what she's like.
You must remember, dear, that this child is most unfortunate. She doesn't have a mother or a father, so you mustn't squander your own too much. It's not polite to talk to other children about things they themselves don't possess. Good morning, Miss Barry. Diana. This is Anne. How are you, Anne?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm as well as can be expected. Hello, Anne. Hello, you have a perfectly lovely name. Diana's my favorite heathen goddess.
Diana is a very nice little girl, and her mother is very particular about who she plays with. Now, if you don't want want to keep her name for school, here's your note from Mr. Phillips. I'll just slip over to your house if I may, Miss Barry, and borrow that dress pattern you were telling me about.
Very well, Marilla. Mind you behave yourself now, Diana. Goodbye, dear.
Bye. Oh, Mother, do you suppose I could take Aunt to the Sunday school picnic this Saturday? Picnic?
Well, I think that's for Miss Cuthbert. Sorry, Diana.
Please, Will, please, Nagel. There's going to be all kinds of races with prizes, and we're going to make ice cream. Marilla, we're going to make ice cream. What's that? You must be teasing.
I think if the child has never had a taste of it, Marilla, this might be a good opportunity.
Well, I suppose parents are going along as well.
Everyone's going.
Well, I don't suppose there's any harm in...
Oh, land's sakes, child. Hurry along, or you'll be late for school. We can go swimming at the picnic too, Anne. Tilly Poulter nearly got drowned last year. Oh, it must have been such a romantic experience to have nearly drowned.
Think of the homework gotta be done. Think about spelling, that's fun. Think about arithmetic on the slate. Think about recess, can't wait. School again, school again, school again. Next, Sophie Phillips. School again, school again, school again. Don't bother Mr. Phillips right now, Anne. He's busy. But he doesn't even know I'm here, Diana. He doesn't know any of us are here. Spends all his time with that Prissy Andrews. He's trying her for a scholarship. At least that's what he says he's doing. What are the rest of us supposed to do? Finish up the work we didn't do yesterday. I wasn't here yesterday. I know you lucky thing. Why don't you draw something funny on your slate? Gilbert Fly, you dirty eyeglass! That boy teases Josie Pye something terrible. And she's dead gone on him. Awfully handsome, isn't he? His name is Gilbert Fly. Try thinking awfully bold. When does Mr. Phillips start teaching the rest of us? As soon as he straightens out Prissy Andrews.
Hey, what are these? Carrots!
You mean Gilbert Fly? How dare you!
Who is this strange girl?
My name is Anne Shirley, sir. I have a note. And what does all this mean?
It was my fault, sir. I teased you.
Why?
I'm sorry to see a new pupil displaying such a vindictive spirit. What did you say
Have you trained pine gum again?
No, sir.
Well, get rid of it! That's a lie that the new girl. Gilbert, you need to clean out the floor. This is an early fashion.
Wondering why I'm always wondering what it's like to grow up and have someone show up who'll be awful nice. Such a silly fool, she'll never look your way. Wondering, now they'll all be wondering, and they'll gab like parrots, 'cause I called her carrot. Wondering what it was that hit me, and wondering like I might be wondering when I hope she's wondering about me this way. And I'm sorry your sleigh got broken. Wondering what it was that hit me, and wondering like I might be wondering when I hope she's wondering about me this way.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
Tell me everything, my dear, and I promise you I'll never tell a soul. Why, there ought to be a law.
That's exactly what I saw.
She took the slate and suddenly went berserk.
Cross my heart, hope to die. Have I ever told a lie?
She's a terror, she's a tartar, she's a Turk. Did you hear? Did you hear? Tell me everything, my dear, and I'll promise you I'll never tell a soul. I would thresh her when she's caught. That's exactly what I thought. But you say the doctor had to take a stitch?
3 or 4, maybe more.
I was watching from the door. She's a monster, she's a fury, she's a witch.
She has set her cap for Gilbert Blythe. It's as plain can be. If she wants him, she will have to deal with me.
Did you hear? Did you hear? Tell me everything, my dear. You can trust me and you know my lips are sealed. Did you hear? Did you hear?
Tell us everything, my dear, and we promise it will never be revealed.
They should put that girl away. That's exactly what I say.
She went and split her skull in 2?
I was there, and I swear there was blood just everywhere.
She's a vixen, she's a hussy.
We don't want her kind in Avonlea, and I hope she leaves tonight. If they expel her, then I'll tell her serves you right.
Hello, Josie. Afternoon, Rachel. Ladies.
Now, Marilla, Lord knows I'm no gossip, but I thought you'd like to be the first to hear. Did you hear? Did you hear?
I will. Never fear. You always have a little bit of news.
Well, I never did you ever. I suppose she thinks she's clever.
Charlottetown?
She's a piece of Satan's finest handiwork. She's a vixen.
She's a hussy.
She's a terror.
She's a turner.
We don't want her kind in Avonlea.
Terrible, tempered Turk.
Doesn't mind Gilbert making fun of your hair. He called me a crow a dozen times. Diana, there's such a difference between being called crow and carrot. Gilbert Blythe has hurt my feelings excruciatingly. It's not a scrumptious word. It took me weeks to learn how to say it right.
Well, now, what'd you learn at your first day at school?
Matthew, Diana's invited me to her Sunday school picnic. I've never been to a picnic before.
Well, you know, neither have I. Marilla thinks the good Lord didn't intend us to eat outdoors.
Don't you think a picnic is a very nice way to enter a church?
There'll be no picnic for you, young lady.
Come on home, Diana.
But Mother,
Home at once.
There'll be no picnic or anything else till you stop disgracing our name with your vicious temper.
Now, Marilla, couldn't be bad as all that.
This child is uncontrollable. She's given the Blythe boy a concussion. And right at this moment, he's in the Charlottetown hospital with 4 doctors picking the slate out of his head.
it's not true. That's just not true.
Don't you contradict me, young lady. I got it from Rachel Lynn, and she got it from the girl who works at the yard's good counter at the store. And she was there and saw the whole thing. Why, the boy's brain pan was split wide open for all to see.
Aunt Shirley, I'm sorry your slate got broken, and I bought you a new one.
Why, Gilbert Blythe, what are you doing up and around?
Excuse me, Miss Cuthbert, but I came over to make amends to Aunt for what I did.
For what you did? I thought it was she that had done it to you.
Whatever it was.
Oh, it was nothing really. I teased her and she got to blame for it, that's all.
Oh, yeah, by the way. How's your brain pan?
My what's
Oh, you know the thing that had 4 doctors picking the slate out of it, you know.
I'm afraid someone's been giving you a story, Mr. Cuthbert.
Uh-huh. I should have known better than to listen to those gossips that hang around Blair's store.
We must be certain that Mrs. Barry gets the story straight. Now, I don't see any reason why Anne can't go to the Sunday school picnic.
Could I? Would it be all right if she went with me? I promised to look after her and bring her home on time.
Well, I'd want somebody to be responsible for her.
Well, I think that would be...
No! I go to the picnic at all. I shall accompany Ms. Diana Barry. I and she can look after each other.
And
The iron has entered my soul.
I'm hungry now.
I made a lot of sandwiches. Deviled egg with choke cherry jelly.
I'm not that hungry.
Is everybody ready for the three-legged race? Yeah! On your mark, get set, go! And the winner, Ann Shirley, Ann with an E, and Gilbert Bly. Is everybody ready for the egg and spoon race? Yeah! On your mark, get set, go! And the winner, Ann Shirley.
I'd win. Yes, and Gilbert held them back, so you'd be the first one in. Humiliating! I think he wants to be your beau. No! I shall hate Gilbert Blythe for the rest of my life. That's good, because he's mine. He is not. He is too. It's ready.
Now it's frozen to the core.
Ice cream. It's marvelous and mysterious. Ice cream. Ice cream. That's what Santa's have to do. Ice
Excuse me, girls, but I'd like to talk to Anne.
Alone.
Ooh, alone.
Look, Anne, can't we start you off with being friends?
Diana, let's promise each other one thing. That when we grow up, neither of us will get married, but we'll live together forever as nice old maids.
Oh, I don't know if I want to be an old maid forever, Anne. I always thought that the nicest thing would be to marry a wicked young man and gradually reform him.
I know. When we grow up, you're going to get married and leave me. I hate your husband.
Oh, Anne, that's hundreds of years away. Besides, you know I'll always be your best and closest friend.
Diana, I shall hold you to that till death do us part. Kindred spirits, just you and me, ever to be. Kindred spirits, sharing our joys,
Even the boys.
we must solemnly swear.
Swearing's a sin.
Shall we begin now? We're kindred spirits, loyal and true, truer than blue, all our life through. We two, like a fly sticks to glue, we'll stick together, just me and you.
Just you and me.
Just you and I.
That's how it must be now. We're kindred spirits, faithful and true.
Like an old shoe, all our life through. We two.
Good morning, boys and girls.
Hey, you're not Mr. Phillips.
No, I'm not. My name is Muriel Stacy, and I'm your new teacher. Mr. Phillips won't be coming back.
Hooray!
Why not?
Well, I believe he has another job. A better paying one at the feed store.
I heard he had to marry Prissy Andrews.
My, what a bright sunny morning. I think we'll have our first class right out here in the yard.
Outside?
Why not? Just because a pupil is slumped over a desk writing something in a copybook, it doesn't necessarily mean he's learning anything. Yes, we'll have our first class outside.
Diana, Stacy's a kindred spirit.
Open the windows, we felt the cobwebs. Open your mind to what is going on all around. Look at the sunlight, what is it made of? How can it make the flowers jump right out the ground? Open your ears, is that a rose? How come a queen bee knows a rose? Take off the blinkers, let in the daylight. Why does the clanging ivy cling? Tear down the fences, use your five senses. Learn everything. Now, are there any questions?
Oh, Miss Stacy, what is this sunlight made of?
Why, it's made of energy, and it's coming to at 186,000 miles a second.
Gee willikers, I never knew that.
Open your hands, reach for the skies. Yes? Look all around you, life will astound you. What makes the yellow warbler sing? Open your heart to, now we will start to learn everything. Now our first class today will be Latin. No, not yet.
Algebra?
Later. What about deportment? Now that comes naturally with a healthy mind and a healthy body.
Then what, Miss Stacy?
Nature study. Open the window.
Open the window.
Sweep out the cobwebs.
Sweep out the cobwebs.
Open
Take off the blinkers.
Take off the blinkers.
Let in the daylight.
Let in the daylight.
Tear down the fences.
Tear down the fences.
Use your five senses.
Use your five senses. Learn everything. Kindred spirits, having one aim, thinking the same. Kindred spirits, Miss Stacy and we. Now we are three. Finding one bosom friend may lead to other friends in the end.
Well, what you learn at your first day back to school?
First thing is that I learned is that we have a new teacher, and she's absolutely perfect. Oh, Matthew, her sleeve puffs are bigger than anyone else's in Avonlea. Honestly, Marilla, she must come through the door sideways.
I hope you managed to notice what she was teaching.
We took a walk through Sloane's Woods today. It's called a field trip. And afterwards, we each had to deliver out loud an oral composition on what I saw on our field trip. And I gave the best one.
It's very vain of you to say so, Anne. You best let your teacher say it.
She did say it.
Who came second?
Oh, one of the boys. I don't remember his name. But the best thing is, every other Friday, that's when we're going to have our recitations. And after Christmas, we're going to put on a show.
Fiddlesticks.
Oh, no. Stacy says she'll be a feast of reason and a flow of song.
Oh, does she? Well, I don't believe in concerts. They spoil young people for everyday life. Just a chance for boys and girls to stay up late when they'd be better off in bed.
Well, tell me, is Gilbert Blythe going to be there in the concert with you? I saw him the other day in church. He was standing there, tall and manly, just like his father. Did you know that John and Marilla used to be good friends? Some people even used to say that John was Marilla's beau.
Matthew, what happened?
Well, they got in a quarrel, and Marilla wouldn't forgive her when you asked her to. Well, you know how Marilla is.
Now, don't go away, Anne. I'll need you upstairs in a moment. And not a word out of you, mind.
I can almost imagine Marilla being mysterious.
She's got something for you.
She does? What is it, Matthew?
Anne, upstairs. I had some material left over, so I made you a nice sash. Well, how do you like it?
Imagine that I like it.
I don't want you to imagine it. What's wrong with it? It's new, isn't it?
Yes.
Why don't you like it? It's sensible and it's serviceable. I should think you'd be grateful.
Marilla, I am grateful. But I'd be ever so much more gratefuler. Maybe with puff sleeves.
Fiddlesticks.
But everybody at school is wearing them.
Those ridiculous-looking things.
Wouldn't you rather look ridiculous along with everyone else? Plain and sensible, all by yourself.
It's wicked to think of your looks so much. Exactly. Why shouldn't she? I prefer these plain, sensible things.
Marilla! Why don't we, why shouldn't she, you can't just take a girl and...
Matthew Cuthbert, I don't know what it is you're trying to say. But whatever it is, keep it to yourself. This is woman's affairs. Now you stay out of it. I'm afraid you're a very vain little girl.
How can I be vain? I know I'm homely.
She doesn't like it. Good green Wincy. She doesn't like it.
Just like a chicken pecking dirt. The world has laughed long enough. It's time to take my fate into my own hands. It's a far, far better thing I do, as reckless of the future as I've been of the past.
And you may use some of this cream for Diana's berries. Where is that child? Up in her room, practicing for that tomfool concert, I suppose. She has no business daydreaming when we're expecting company. And, it's not here. And her bed not made. Mercy on us. What are you doing here? Have you been asleep?
No.
You're not sick?
No, but please, Marilla, just go away and don't look at me.
What nonsense! Get up!
No!
Did anyone ever hear the like? Anne Shirley, get up right this minute! Green, red, yellow, purple.
But nothing could be worse than red hair. I dyed it.
But it's positively green and red, pink, yellow.
Now I know that instead I'm forced to have multicolored hair.
Whatever made you do such a wicked thing?
She assured me it would make my hair a beautiful, flowing raven black. He positively assured me it would.
He told you? Who told you? What are you talking about?
I remember the peddler that was here last month. But
That foreigner, I sent him away. I only deal with the Watkins man.
I know, but after I found it, I put it away because I didn't have the nerve to try it until you...
Until I made you a dress.
No, not just that, Marilla. It was just the juicy pie and everything.
There, there. It's a good job you didn't use it on the top of your head first.
Oh, my career is closed.
Now, Anne, there's no use crying over spilt whatever it was. The hair will have to come off. I'll get the scissors.
Marilla!
No time to lose. Here come the ladies up the drive now. Afternoon, Rachel, Coletta, Minnie.
Oh, are we having the meeting in the kitchen?
Law now. Mrs. Barry's little girl Diana is coming over to have tea with our aunt, that's all.
How sweet.
Just like the big folks.
They soon will be big folks. My grocery's going so fast, just like Pigweed in the night. I saw the pair of them walking home from school the other day, growing like 60. Now, I've always thought the Barry girl was a beauty, and so she is. But I can tell you, Marilla, I was wrong about your aunt, and I'll admit it in front of the ladies of the executive. It's not often, I'll admit, I was wrong, but I am, and I'm glad of it. Why, it's little short of wonderful, the improvement in your aunt. Really good looking she's getting to be. Why, here she is now. How are you, Anne?
Well in body, although considerably rumpled in spirit, thank you.
Oh, isn't she polite? Is that a new dress you're wearing? What color is it?
It's bottle green.
I don't think it suits the child.
Sallows or something. Why don't we have the meeting outside? It's such a nice day. Diana and Miss Barry will be along any minute. That'll make a full turnout. I'll sit with the ladies, Anne. You look after Diana. You may open that little crock of cherry preserves if you wish. It's time it was used up anyhow. I think it's beginning to work. And if you want, you may finish up the raspberry cordial. You look just fine considering. And that sash does a good job of hiding your hair. The cordial's on the table. Afternoon, such a nice day, we thought we'd have the meeting outside.
I'll join you in a minute. Come on, Diana.
Oh, good afternoon, Miss Barry. Diana?
Thank you, Anne. Diana, what do you say?
Anne, your hair. You put it up. It looks just like the mannequin in Holman's window in Charlottetown. Oh, Mother, when can I put my hair up like that?
Not for another 2 years, dear. You know that.
Well, can I get a flash like Anne has?
We'll see, dear.
Mrs. Barry, we're about ready to begin the meeting now.
Mind you, behave yourself now, Diana.
Bye.
We will now have the minutes of the last meeting read by Ms. Minnie Pye.
Anne, I envy you. I really do. You are the luckiest thing. I'm absolutely green.
Won't you please sit down, Diana? Won't you please have some raspberry cordial?
This is going to be fun. We can pretend that we're grown up and say things to each other we really don't mean. Do you suppose Marilla and Mrs. Lynde did this when they were little girls?
I don't think I can even imagine Marilla or Mrs. Lynde as being little girls. Even my imagination has its limits.
One has more cordial, please.
I'll get the cake. I baked it myself, so I hope it's all right. Last time was when the minister came, and I used Sloan's liniment instead of vanilla. Would you like some more cordial? Oh dear, I put too much starch in these napkins. I made a plate that's happy too. One of the cats walked all over it. I don't suppose you would have noticed, except for the rather. Marilla made me throw it out.
Just you and me, never to be.
So glad you feel that way, Diana.
This is awfully cordial, Anne. It's ever so much nicer than my Aunt cordial. And she brags her Josephine ever so much. Doesn't taste a bit like her.
Diana, get a cloth. No, Diana!
Just you and me, ever to be.
Diana, stop it! No!
Life sticks to oh, and you. You'll swear at me. We'll swear at Lee. No, Diana!
What has happened to my child?
I think she's slippy.
Don't worry, Mrs. Barry. Man, where did you get this bottle? Table, like you told me to.
How much did she drink?
I don't know, 4, I don't know. A few tumblers full.
My fault.
Diana! Diana!
I forgot to bring the cordial up from the root cellar. The child has been drinking currant wine.
Why? Why, Marilla Cuthbert, you always said your current wine wouldn't have the least effect on anybody.
You even gave it to the minister's wife.
Yes, but she didn't drink it 4 tumblers full at a time. However, that's the last of it, you'll be glad to know. And I'd best get rid of it here and now. Ladies? Bottoms up, ladies.
Look all around you, life will astound you. Why don't you open up and sing? Open the window, now we'll begin to learn everything.
tree and bring us back an empty bird's nest. Wait! Be careful of the birds and treat the eggs gently. Now off you go. Anne Shirley, Gilbert Blythe, the two of you come here, please. I have decided to recommend both of you as candidates for the Avery Scholarship. If you accept, you'll be competing with students all over the islands and will also be competing with each other as there's only one scholarship. It's worth $250 for 4 years at Queens College, but it does mean extra hours work every day after school. Are the two of you willing to give it that free time to try for it? Good, I'm glad. You'll be able to help each other a great deal. I see.
I'll show him that a girl can set her mind to study hard and work and slave, and when the time has come, he'll find. I'll show him.
Though other boys are having fun by climbing trees and skipping school, except for me, the only one, I'll show her. I know her, I know behind that freckled face, there's just a stuck-up snob who always has to win each race.
I know him. I know that great big show-off boy who thinks he's oh so extra smart because he's Josie's pride and joy. I know him.
I'll compete with her, make ends meet of her, and I never will give in. I'll retreat from her, I'll retreat with her, yet I know that she will win.
I know what Gilbert Blythe will do. He'll close his books right after school and never fuss or fret or stew. I know it.
I know that when it comes to day, I'll lose my nerve and not show up and run away. I'll throw it. Won't compete with her, I'll be beat by her. Please just free me from her grip. I'll retreat from her, crawling with her. She can keep that scholarship. No! I'll show her. I'll show that awful schoolroom scab.
That stuck-up snob,
The freckled grub.
that teacher's pet.
That red-haired crab.
The day will come and we will write the big exam and I'll become
The bell will ring and wham!
I'll show him. I'll show him.
Morning, Earl.
Morning, Cecil.
Morning,
Priscilla.
Why, morning, Cecil. Earl, what can I do for you?
I seen a harness. It was offered for sale. In your brand new cat, a log. It pulls at your mouth and fits under your tail and gives you a real smart job.
I'll fetch it. Good day. Good morning, Mrs. Berry. Mrs. Pye, what can I do for you today?
Have you got a garment that's offered for sale in the new spring almanac? It takes all the flesh that you have in the front and moves it around in the back.
That's a cinch. Here, try this on your player piano. Why, Mr. Cuthbert, what can I do for you?
Is Mr. Blair anywhere about?
Mr. Blair? I'm sorry, he's gone home for the day.
Day? Oh dear.
Step over here. I'm at your service. What can I do for you? Puff, puff.
How does that go again, Matthew? Have you got puff, puff,
Pipe tobacco?
I'll wrap a tin of old chaff.
no, I want puff, puff, puff.
Paraffin oil? Coming right up, wine drum.
Have you got puff, puff, Paris perfume?
Right now we're all out of stock.
No, I want puff, puff, puff.
Pickled preserves? Pickled preserves, wine crop. My only aim in life is but to please you. A general store is just a place to meet the needs of the human race.
What I really came for, I just can't say. It's more like, oh,
Why, they're on special today. See, come over here and help.
now that's what I really want.
Broom, pig pills, peppercorns, peaches, pears, plums. Pitchforks. At this time of year, our only aim in life is but to please you. A general store is just a place to meet the needs of the human race. Put down sticks and carry two. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Rachel! Lucilla.
Now let's see, what have we got here? Paraffin oil, pipe tobacco, pickled preserves,
Peppercorns.
potatoes, the very thing, puff sleeves. Puff sleeves?
Puff sleeves. Charge it!
Shirley, if you are the prettiest thing I ever saw. Don't think it makes me look slighter, as Bill says? Oh no, it makes you look taller. I can't wait to see the look on Gimmelfly's face when he sees you. Neither can I. Not to mention Miss Josie Pye. Diana, tonight I have a soul that flies above Josie Pye and everything else.
Diana, can you help me with my lines, please?
Of course, Bill, but oh, my mother!
What's wrong, Josie?
I told my mother I had to be the spirit of Canada, with wings and everything. But she wouldn't lend me her beaded slippers.
But your mother's slippers probably wouldn't have fit you anyway.
Well, who ever heard of a fairy in boots with copper toes? Oh, leave me alone!
Oh, isn't it grand they got for concert?
I hear these young people have been practicing up for months.
Oh, yes, my Diana's going to that for a concert. Just try and get her to do her homework or practice her piano, and it's a different story. I'm sure we're going to be proud of our Diana today. Why, Matthew and Marilla? I'm sure we're going to be proud of our Anne. Why, Matthew Cuthbert, you're as white as a ghost. What would Dr. Malcolm say?
I'm not surprised, going all the way into Carmody for puff sleeves and straining his valves, bringing home a drum of paraffin oil we don't need, 100 pounds of potatoes I'll never use in a month of Sundays, and enough pitchforks for a threshing game.
I know. Wasn't that a caution?
Well, I figured it was worth it.
Why, Miss Doris Phillips and I should say Mrs. Phillips. I'm sure we're going to be proud of our... Oh, isn't it grand they got us concert?
clever, they wrote all their own history. But first, to open our program, we present a famous tableau. Oh, isn't that lovely? What is it? That's the Last Supper. It's an event known to each and every one of us. The meeting of the Fathers of Confederation. And now our pageant. I am the spirit of Canada.
But 40 years young.
What?
I am the spirit of Canada, but 40 years young.
I am the spirit of Canada, but 40 years young. And my story goes back to the Ice Age, from whence our first people sprung. Oh, Anna. During the Ice Age, Canada slept. For years she lay, her virgin soil, undisturbed, except by the odd Eskimo with his igloo of ice and snow. Later came the proud red Indian. By stripping the bark of some silver birch, he made his rude forest. Meanwhile, far across the Atlantic Ocean, men of other nations were searching. What were they searching for? Gold was what they sought. But what did they find? Not gold, but a golden land.
We sail to North America to see.
North America to
If there's no land that's fit for you and me.
Can there be dry land right here? Here is an island quite near.
Never before have we seen such a land.
Was it ever grand? They call it Prince Edward in the heart of the world, set in the crossroads of the sea. All of the nations have their banners unfurled. Now they know that this is the place to be. They call it Prince Edward in the heart of the world, set in the crossroads of the sea. Everybody! All of the nations have their banners unfurled. Now they know that this is the place to be. They call it Prince Edward in the heart of the world, set in the crossroads of the sea. All of the nations have their banners unfurled. Now they know that this is the place to be. They call it Prince Edward in the heart of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Avery Scholarship is from Avonlea School, Miss Anne Shirley. Runner-up, also from Avonlea School, Mr. Gilbert Fly. Hooray! Hooray, Julie! Gilbert Fly! Hooray! We are indeed doubly proud of our local boy and girl. Congratulations, Anne. Gilbert, I hope that...
Hooray for Aunt Shirley, the cleverest girl on the island. Hooray for Aunt Shirley!
Fellow citizens, it makes me very humble when I think of the small contribution I have put toward this great moment. I feel that...
You? What about me? I seen her first. If it hadn't been for me, she wouldn't be here tonight. When I found her, she was waiting at the station door. Didn't hesitate describing just where she was headed for. She'd have gone back C.O.D. if it hadn't been for me.
If it hadn't been for you, if it hadn't been for me, if it hadn't been for all of us, I wonder where she'd be, why we wouldn't have all of this lost. If it hadn't been for us.
loyalty to her from the very start. She was so polite and bashful that she won my very heart. And I'm glad that all those books haven't spoiled the beauty of her looks.
If it hadn't been for you, if it hadn't been for me, if it hadn't been for all of us, I wonder where she'd be, why we wouldn't have all of this fun. If it hadn't been for us.
It was destiny that chose me to cultivate this pearl by devoting my attention to the needs of every girl. For in the field of knowledge, when you plant a tiny seed, the results can be tremendous. Tremendous, yes indeed.
If it hadn't been for me, if it hadn't been for all of us, I wonder where she'd be, why we wouldn't have all of this fuss. If it hadn't been for us. If it hadn't been for you, if it hadn't been for me, if it hadn't been for
Anne! If it hadn't been for Anne! She did it herself with imagination and determination. And though we may all have helped when we could, it was Anne who brought Arnold this night to our school. So, if it hadn't been for you, if it hadn't been for me, I've a hunch she'd still have made it as the pride of Avonlea.
She's a girl at the head of the crowd, and I'm feeling mighty, mighty proud.
feeling mighty, mighty, oh so high and mighty, feeling mighty golden summer, waiting for you, standing a dream by sunset till it comes true.
Wondering why I'm always wondering what it's like to grow up and have someone show up.
There is a golden summer waiting for you, spinning a dream by sunset till it comes true. There is a all the way home, sang all the way. Blossoms so white at night. Where's Mom, Matthew?
Just bursting proud of my little girl, that's all.
Do you know what I kept thinking all the way home? The first time I saw Green Gables was in the buggy with you, and I talked all the way home, remember? So glad that you kept me, even though I wasn't a boy.
You would have rather have had you than a dozen boys. I guess it wasn't a boy who won the Avery Scholarship, there was.
No, it wasn't, but Gilbert Fly did come in runner-up, and that's about the same thing. Except, his father can't afford to send him to Queens without the scholarship.
Gilbert will make his mark. Never fear.
You know, I think the best thing about winning this scholarship is that it announces to all the world that you've got some sense. I was never sure before, but I think my chances of becoming principal are far greater than ever.
Two more over here, the A.M. Meyer Light Crew. In and out very quickly. They kept blowing fuses, but they kept the show going anyway. Well done, guys. We have stage crew backstage. Where's our stage crew? They're responsible for pulling and clicking between the curtains. And we have sound crew. Come on up, guys. They're responsible for making sure that the group didn't trip over those microphones all of the time. So well done in keeping everything going for us. We have our choir. Very multi-talented. This lady was crying about a half hour ago. And before we make this little presentation from our two bands, Robin's down. Robin Keeler also was one of our bands that performed today for schools in the area. Come on in, Anne, wherever you are. We'd like to thank Ms. Moxie, the staff at Prince Philip. We'd like to thank you for bringing Avonlea to Prince Philip. Thank you. And have a safe journey home.
Thank my son especially for putting up with me for the last 3 months of rehearsals at Green Gables. And I think a very special person that all you kids owe a big thanks to is Chaos Control at Prince Philip. His spirit, his enthusiasm carries this play to the heights of success today. Thank you.